Brett Benetti here with you again. I'm live at Supernova in Perth from the Perth Convention and Exhibition Centre. I'm really chuffed because when I was growing up, this was the main person that I was watching on screen. Kathleen Turner, thank you for your time and welcome to Perth.
Thank you. I feel very welcome.
You been having a good time so far?
Yeah, I really have. Yesterday we went to, well, not yesterday, the day before, I guess, Havisham. I got that right?
Caversham, yes.
Caversham, that's it. And yeah, got to the koalas,
Yeah.
but I'm in love with the wombats. Yes, I am.
Fantastic. So, look, the cosplayers in Perth, they go through it so much effort. And yesterday I saw a beautiful Jessica Rabbit walking around. So
She's back today.
she's back today.
She's back, yeah. I don't know how she keeps that on, though. She says a lot of tape.
She must have, obviously, you must get a thrill when you see people dressed up as your character as well.
I suppose. I mean, I certainly appreciate that they go to such length, but it's quite extraordinary, a lot of the costumes I've seen this year.
I said before that I grew up watching, loved Romancing the Stone, loved Jewel of the Nile, and your voice was so distinctive. And when I first saw, I think it was back in '88 or around that sort of era, when Who Framed Roger Rabbit first came out,
Yeah.
I said, that's Kathleen Turner. I waited for the credits. I never saw your name in the credits.
No.
Why was that?
Well, honestly, it was just a sense of, to me, a sense of right and wrong. I felt that Bob Hoskins and Charles had done so much more work, but because of my stature in the industry, I would have had to have equal billing. But I did not feel that I had done equal work. And so I thought it better to leave my name off rather than, you know, I just thought it was the right thing to do.
So you felt it was the right thing, but...
Well, I didn't think I deserved equal credit, but there was no other place they could put me, so...
That film was basically the pioneer for all the animated films that came afterwards. So it was very expensive to make back then.
It's not animated. It's hand painted on every frame.
Wow.
You know, I mean, animated to me is computer generated, and this is not at all. It's unique, and I doubt that it will ever be done again.
No.
You know?
No, it was fantastic. One thing about myself that you'll learn about is I'm a bit of a collector.
Yeah.
Now, when you were making Romancing the Stone, did you keep any keepsakes from that film? Did you get the stone?
Yes, I got
You
a
got
stone.
it?
I got a stone. Well, we had a sort of it was very difficult physically. It was very difficult to do Romancing the Stone, and so when Michael was having the stone made, the heart made, he kept rejecting, you know, several. So I think we had about 6 or 7 that he had rejected. And at the end of the week, whoever got hurt the most or had the most difficult week was awarded one of these hearts. So I have 2.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I got hurt. Only 7 stitches, yeah.
Well, at least you did what Richard didn't do, because he wanted to keep stuff that he was kicking himself afterwards that he didn't keep keepsakes from like jewels and stuff like that. So I'm glad you did the right thing with that. So there was always talk about a sequel or a trilogy after Jewel of the Nile, but that never.
No, never.
There's been talk about like eventually doing a remake. How would that make you feel if they ever did a remake?
I think we're too old. Darling, come on. No, I loved working with them again on War of the Roses. That was great.
I thought that was more fan demand because you had such chemistry with Michael.
But it was always the 3 of us.
Yeah.
No, I think it was, well, you know, it was a brilliant script. It was a great script.
Yeah,
and
it seemed like I had a lot of fun doing that.
Danny wanted to direct it.
Yeah.
And so, Michael and I said, of course, we did, you know.
You must have had a lot of fun doing the video clip with Billy Ocean and the 3 of you together as well, in those white suits, strutting your stuff when the going gets tough.
No, when Danny came out with the bass sax, which is as big as he is, that's when I lost it. I was on the floor laughing so hard, they had to redo my makeup.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen how big those things are?
I did. Oh, it's one of my favourite video clips. So it's like the movie that song stands the test of time. Now, the 90s was very tough for you. I was very sorry to hear about that. I'm so glad that you're doing well now.
Oh, so much better, yes.
Yeah, my wife was going through the same thing where she has to have injections. So
Yeah,
is any
she has an
advice-
autoimmune disease.
Yeah, so I mean, she's having a tough
sorry.
time of it, but has her ups and downs. But I mean,
Yeah.
she sees you as a bit of an inspiration because you come out
I
at the end
hope
of it having
so.
a bit of fun. So is there any sort of advice for anyone that's going through
Yeah,
the same
keep
thing?
moving.
Yeah.
Keep moving. If you've got a doctor that says, if it hurts, then go to bed, fire them immediately.
So that's probably the best
Get
way.
into a pool. You know, the water will
Yeah.
give you some resistance and some support. So you just keep moving, honey. That's it.
Brilliant. Well, I said later on in your career, you seem to having a few roles that are a lot of fun. It's a lot of voiceover work as well. So I remember another distinctive voice was when you did The Simpsons as well with Lisa Lionheart.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, of course, you don't know anything about my theater work.
You were a teacher. You obviously,
I
obviously
teach
love
master
teaching. I was going to get
classes.
into that. So.
Yes, but most of my work in the last 10 years, I suppose, has been on Broadway in the West End, doing wonderful plays that I love. And now, just in this year, I've created a new show of a kind of cabaret of stories and songs.
Excellent. Tell us more about that, because that's what I want
Well,
to
I
ask you
took
about.
it to, I started it last fall, really, as a benefit for a theater, for the Philadelphia Theater Company. And before I knew it, Michael Feinstein, who runs these clubs around the United States, asked me if I would do San Francisco, his San Francisco club. And I thought, all right, all right. And then when I was doing that, I got an offer from these producers in London that if I could extend it to a full-length theatrical show, they wanted to put me on the West End. I said, oh, yeah, that's not a problem. I mean, I can certainly extend the show. And then, but before I even did that, the Café Carlyle, which is the most famous cabaret space in New York City, asked if I would do 2 weeks there. So that was pretty exciting year.
Sounds it,
Yeah, that was pretty thrilling, and I enjoyed it very much.
Well, Kathleen, again, it's so good to see you in Perth. I know the fans have been wrapped in Perth to see you as well. I want you to enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I will.
Here. And
I
it's
will.
been a great thrill for me and obviously the rest of Perth to have you here. So thanks
you.
again for your time.
You're most welcome.